Okay, welcome back to new stream. Okay, so what what I have to do today? Wait a minute, I'll set up. Okay, now I think I should. Yeah, okay. So now I have to check like some DBS I have done. Nothing about the computer network. No information. No HR project. Nothing. There's a lot of things remaining, and I'm not sure I'll be able to do. So first thing I'll be doing today is this project that will cover internship as well and my resume related thing. And I don't know, they will ask, they are not asking, I think, the graph one, so I should be skipping these things. I know the basics, but I don't want to go in the deep in that, so let's skip that. Okay, so today, as usual, first thing to do, I'll just tap something. Okay, wait a minute, I'm looking for some. Damn, I just deleted. Okay, okay, now. Well, you know what? There's nothing. When I want to find something, there is nothing to find. Yeah. Okay. So, what I'm gonna write here. I'll just specify what kind of. Okay. Architecture project and what else? The yeah, I think that's enough, and I'll just first. Uh, First project is like uh, is a thumbnail generator. Thumbnail generator for your YouTube videos, and in this the tech stack I used in this React for front end. Nope. And Node and Express for backend, and as well as and to the to generate thumbnail. I used AI. Means AI means I integrated AI in my project for better project, and I used the Gemini AI API, Gemini API, Gemini Pro, anything like that. Backend, I have covered the backend, and also for database I used MongoDB, and I deployed using render. Okay, these are the things that I have to do. And do I have to wait for that? The second project is to second project is e-commerce website where for front end I used React, backend Node Express, and Express, and the third one is, what is the third one? The database database is MongoDB, and also Razorpay integration for payment gateway, as well as also deployed on Vercel for front end, Vercel deployed Vercel, backend on render. Tell me all about and use star method to give proper explanation, and any question, everything I have to know related to these projects, like why you used Gemini over OpenAI, like this kind of questions. I'll just copy this, and also just notes with Okay, now what I have got that yeah, I'm thinking the right direction. Clarity of thoughts. I'll structure you then memorize. You can memorize and adapt in the and interview. How to explain any project? Use star method. The star method like situation. What problem were you solving? Task. What was your role goal? Okay. Action. What technique you use and how you implemented them. And result outcome performance learning improvements. Okay, so that's a project one. The question plus answer. Why React? Okay. I think uh, which I have explained, I think, quite fine. I think how to explain any project. Like first thing you can do, like in project one, I have built AI thumbnail generator. And what is that AI thumbnail generator? What is he? What is doing? Uh, Say this smoothly. A situation. Uh, as I noticed that content creators struggle to design attractive thumbnail quickly. Okay, as of myself, like I will just say by for myself as well. Like I've been doing uh, live stream for 2 months, around 2 months, and uh, I don't find myself to use a thumbnail in my YouTube videos. So I usually start YouTube videos without using any thumbnail. So one day I think one day I decided that I should build and AI thumbnail generator that can give me AI, yeah, like that can give me thumbnail bet- better thumbnail in just a couple of seconds just by writing the couple of lines. I think that's how I'm gonna explain my situation thing. And my task, what is my task? Okay, uh, task is to okay, so I have to build. My goal was to build a web app that can generate thumbnail automatically using AI. Okay, now action. I built the front end using React for dynamic UI. For backend, I use Node.js and Express.js to handle API requests. Yes. For AI integration, I use Google Gemini Pro API to generate thumbnail ideas and content. I stored user data and generated metadata in MongoDB. Finally, I deployed the backend on render. Okay, so as a result, response like I built the front end using. You can uh, you don't have to give me like just I have built. I like you have done the responsive thing. No, I have built a responsive UI front end UI by using the React. Okay, and the result is my system can generate thumbnail in seconds, reducing manual effort. It also improved my understanding of AI integration and API handling. What are the questions they can ask from this? Why React? Why you use React? That is component based, reusable UI, fast rendering, and virtual DOM. Large ecosystem. Like I think I'll just how to explain your project in an interview? task was to build a web app that can generate thumbnails automatically using AI, and I built the front end using React for dynamic UI. For backend, I use Node.js and Express.js to handle API requests. For AI integration, I used Google Gemini Pro API to generate thumbnail ideas and contact content. I stored user data and generated metadata in MongoDB. Finally, I deployed the backend on Render. The result I get from the system can generate thumbnails in seconds, reducing the manual effort. It also improved my understanding of AI integration, and API handling. Okay, why React? Okay, so you should explain this. Okay, you haven't explained that in like with JVit, like JVit. What do I do that if it gives okay, uh, give me full explanation. Wait a sec. Okay, next. Strawberry, wombat, butter, blur, Okay, let's start. I can't make up my mind to today's a very bad day. Can't study at all. Let's
Slash
look for it.
thumbnail.
Just turn it.
After that, we'll add comma and provide the router. So I'll write thumbnail router. So you can see the thumbnail router has been imported in this file from this routes folder, thumbnail routes.js file. So we have created the APIs. Using that we can generate and delete the. To generate our thumbnail using AI, we are going to use Gemini name, password, created at, updated at. So it is already available in our front-end project. If I open the client from this, if I scroll down, let me just come here in line 52. Here we have user interface, right? So just copy this one.
Okay, let's
close it. And we will paste it here. So we have added the iUser. Let me add capital U, like this. Now using this user interface, we can create the user schema, and using the schema, we can create the model. To create any schema, we need the mongoose package. So let's add import statement here. We will import mongoose from mongoose package, and after that, just add const, and then write the schema name called user schema equal to new mongoose dot schema constructor. And in this one, we'll add the angle bracket, and here we'll define the type. So the type will be this iUser, that is interface of user. And in this one, let's add the object and provide all the properties that we need to save in database. So first we'll save name, and let's define the type for this name. I'll write type a string, then add comma, and here we'll add the required property. So the required will be true. After that we'll add comma and trim true. So it will remove the white space around this string. Then add comma here, and here we'll add capital S string. Now let's duplicate it. Here we'll add the next data, that is email. We will store the email also. Here also we'll add type string required true, and then we'll add trim true. Then we'll add unique also. So let's add the unique property. It will be true. So the email should be unique. Then only we will store the user data. After that, let's add one more property, lowercase, and make it true. So the email will be stored in lowercase only. After that, here let's add the comma and provide another object. In this one, we will add the timestamp, and let's make the timestamps true. So using this timestamps, it will automatically add the time like created at. Now after that, using this user schema, we can create the model. So let's add const user. So this will be the user model. Here we'll add the mongoose package dot models dot user. So if the user model is available, it will be used. Then we'll add the or operator and provide the mongoose dot model, and here we'll add this angle bracket, and in this one just provide the type, that is iUser. Correct. Now in this one we'll add the model name that we have to create. So the model name will be user, and then we have to provide the schema, that is user schema. So using this user schema, it will create a user model. And now let's export this user model from this file so that we can use it in any other file. So we have added export default user. So we have created the user model. Using this, we can store the user data in MongoDB database. Next, we have to create the functions. Using that, we can add and update the user data. And for user authentication, we are going to use the sessions. It means we will send some data in the user session, then only it will authenticate our users. For that, here we have to use the express session. So let's import it. First, we have to install this package. I'll open the terminal. You can see we are in the server terminal. Control C to stop it, and here we'll add npm install express-session. Right. After that, we have to install the types also. So let's add npm install, and then we'll add -d and provide this add types/express-session. After that, we need one package. Using that, we can encrypt the user's password. For that, we are going to use bcrypt. So I'll write npm install bcrypt. So it will install this bcrypt package, and we'll also install the type for this bcrypt. So let's provide npm install -d and provide add types/bcrypt. It is also installed. After that, let's come here in the main file, that is server.ts file. And in this one, here you can see we have this app.use calls. So in this one, let's add the object. In this object, we'll add the property called origin. And in this origin, we will add the array, and here we can add multiple URLs that will be allowed to access this backend server. So here we'll add the frontend URL. So our frontend is running at localhost 5173. So just add it here, and here we'll add comma, and we can add multiple URL here. So let's add our backend URL also. So you can see the backend is running at this localhost 3000. So just add it here. Remove this / from the end. After that, here we'll add comma and add the next property, that is credentials, and make the credentials true. So it will be added in the calls. And after that, here we have to add the express session also. So we'll write declare module and add the module express session. So first we have to import the express session. So let's add import from and the package name express session, and from this express session we will import the session like this. And let's come here in the declare module and provide the package express session, and in this one we will add the interface. And for this interface, we'll add the session data. So in the session data, we have to add two other properties also. That's why we have added this declared module and this express session. We have added interface, session data, and we have to provide the is logged in property. And here we'll add the type boolean. Then we'll add semicolon and provide next property, that is user ID. So this user ID will be added in the session. And here, let's add the type a string. That's it. After that, let's come here in the app.useCalls. So just after that, we'll add one more middleware. We'll add app.use. And in this one, just add the session like this. And in this session, we'll add the object. And here we have to add one secret key. So just add the property secret, and we'll store this secret key in our environment variable. So let's open .env file, and here at the top, we will add the environment variable name. So let me write session secret equal to, and here you can enter any secret key. It could be anything. So I'll write one secret key here. This tag has secret like this. And after that, I'll come back here. And in this one, we will import the secret key from environment variable. So just add process.env dot, and then provide this environment variable name. So copy this session secret and paste it here. Here we'll add as a string. Correct? Then add comma and provide the next property. So here we'll add resave and let's make it false. After that, we'll add save uninitialized and let's make it false. Then we'll add cookie. In this cookie, let's add max age. So we will set the age of 7 days. So here we have added max age 1000 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60, then multiplied by 24 and multiply 7. So this cookie will expire in 7 days. So here let me add the comment called 7 days. So we have added the expiry time for this cookie, and after that we have to store this session data in the MongoDB also, right? For that we'll add the store property. And in this store property, we have to connect with MongoDB and store this data in MongoDB database. For that we have to add a new package. So we'll open the terminal. In this one we'll add npm install, and the package name is connect-mongo. Install this package. After that, start the server using npm run server. So now the server is running. After that, let's come here and we will import this package that we have just added. So just add import from, and the package name connect mongo, and from this connect mongo we will get the mongo store like this. After that, let's come here, and in this store property we will provide this mongo store dot create, and in this one let's add the object and provide the mongo URL. In this mongo URL property, provide the URL from the environment variable. So just add process dot env dot and write the environment variable name MongoDB URI. Then add as a string. Here we'll add comma and provide the next property, that is collection name. So let's add the collection name called sessions. That's it. So we have configured the session in our request. Correct? After that, we have to create the controller function. Using that, we can update and save the user data in the database. So let's create a controller folder here. So in the server folder, let's create another folder and write the folder name controllers. Now in this folder, we have to create the controller file. So create a new file here and write the file name auth controllers.ts like this. Now in this one, we have to create a controller function. Using that, user can create an account. So here I'll write the comment controllers for user registration. So just create one function here and export the function. So I'll write export const register user equal to async and create the arrow function. Now in this function parameter, we'll get the request and response, and we have to add the type also. So let's add import curly braces from express, and from this express we will get the request and response. Now just come here in this parameter and provide request. It will be request, then add comma response res and colon response. So we have added request and response. Now we will add the try catch statement, and in this try block we will write const curly braces equal to request dot body. To create any account, we need some user data, right? And it will get stored in the database. So we will get the email, name and password, right? So from this request body, let's get the name, comma email, comma password. After that, we have to find the user using this email ID. So let's add comment and add the comment find user by email. So here just add const user equal to await. Then we'll add the user model here. So just add user and click on this suggestion. You can see user model has been imported. After that, we'll add dot find one and just add the object and provide the email. Let me just copy this email here. After that, here we'll add the if statement and we'll check for this user. So just add the user. So when the user is available, it means the user is already registered using this email ID. So we cannot create a new account. So just add the return statement here and we'll add the response dot status and write the status 400. Then we'll add dot JSON, and in this JSON we'll add the message. So let's add the message called user already exists. Now suppose the user is not available, then we have to encrypt the password that user has provided. We will not store the same password, we will store the encrypted password. So just add the comment encrypt the password. Here we'll generate a salt, so just add const salt equal to await, and we will use the bcrypt package. We are not getting the suggestion, so let's import it manually here. So just add import bcrypt from bcrypt package, and then come here and let's write await bcrypt dot gensalt and provide the number 10. After that we'll add const hashed password equal to await, and then provide the bcrypt dot hash, and here we'll add the original password that user has provided in the request body and provide the salt like this. So here we have the hashed password that we can store in the database. So let's add const new user equal to new user model, and in this one just add the data that we need to store. So first we'll store the name, then email, and comma password property, and in this password property we'll add the hash password like this. So the new user data will be saved in the database. For that we have to just add this await new user dot save. That's it. So it will store the user data in database, and now we have to add the data in the session also. So let me add the comment setting user data in session. So let's add the request dot session dot is logged in property, and let's make it true. After that we'll add request dot session dot user ID property, and in this one let's provide the new user dot underscore ID. So this data will be added in the request session. After that we have to send the response. So let's add the return statement. In this return we'll add response dot JSON, and here let's add the object and provide the first property that will be the message. So in this message I'll write a string called account created successfully, and after that let's add comma and provide the next property that will be user, and here we have to add all the user data. So we'll add the object and provide underscore ID, and it will be this new user dot underscore ID. Then add comma and provide the name property, and in this one just add the new user dot name, then comma and provide the email, and in this email just add the new user dot email. Right. After that come here in the catch block. In this catch block here we have the error, so let's add the type any, and then come here and provide console log, and in the console log add the error. After that we'll add the response also, so just add response dot status, and in the status we'll add 500. Then we'll add dot JSON, and in this JSON we'll add the message, and the message will be error dot message. So we have created a controller function. Using that we can create a new account, or we can register an account. After account creation the user data will get saved in the database, and it will also add the data in the request session. Right. Next we have to create the controller function for user login. So let's add the comment controllers for user login. Now just copy this one and paste it here. In this one we will change the name, so I'll write the name login user, right? And after that here also we'll add the try catch block. Now in this try block we'll add some code, but before that let me add the code in the catch block also. So here just copy this one and paste it here. That is console log error and response status 500, and JSON will be message error dot message, and here we'll add the colon any like this. Now come here in the try block. Now in this try block we have to add the logic. Using that we can allow user to log in. So I'll just copy the same code from this try block written in the register controller function. So just copy everything from here and I'll paste it here in this try block. Now for login we only need the email and password. We don't need this name, so we will get the email and password from request body. After that here we have this comment find user by email, right? So we'll write count user equal to await user model dot find one and email. After that we'll add the if statement. If not of user, it means when the user is not available using this email ID, then we'll add return response dot status, and the status will be 400, then JSON, and provide the message called invalid email or password. After that let's add const is password correct. We'll compare the password, so just add is password correct equal to await, and here we'll use the decrypt package dot compare. In this one provide the password added in the request body and this user dot password property. So if the password is correct, then here we'll get true, right? So let's add the if statement here. If not of is password, it means the password is incorrect. So in this case also we'll add the return. Just copy this one, paste it here. We have added return response dot status 400 JSON message is invalid email or password. Now suppose the user is available and password is also correct, then we can allow user to log in. So we'll remove this code and remove this one also. We will simply set the session using this code request.session.is logged in true, and after that we'll add request.session.user ID. It will be our user dot underscore ID. Then we'll add return response.json. Here we'll add the message called login successful, and after that we will return the user data also. So in this user we'll add underscore ID. It will be this user dot underscore ID. Then we'll add the name. It will be user dot name, and the email will be user dot email, right? Then we have this catch block. So we have created the user login and registration function. After that we'll add the function using that user can log out. So let's add the comment here, controllers for user logout, and here we'll create a function. So just copy this one, paste it here. Now let's change the name. So the function name is logout user. Here we'll write request.session.destroy, and here we'll add the error function. Now in this parameter we'll get the error, and let's add the type any, and in this function simply add the if statement if error. Then we'll add console.log and provide this error, and after that we'll add the return here. In this return we'll add response.status 500.json, and in this one we'll add the message property. So the message will be error.message, right? And here at the bottom we'll add another return statement. So just copy this, paste it here. Here we'll add response.json and provide message, and the message will be logout successful, like this. So we have created the function using that user can log out. It means when log out it will destroy the session, it will clear the session data. After that we'll create one more controller function using that we can verify the user is logged in or not. So let's add comment controllers for user verify, right? And create a function. So just copy this one, paste it here, and after that we'll change the name. So write the function name verify user. Now in this one we will add try catch statement, and in this catch block copy this code, copy and paste it here, and here we'll add colon any. Now come to the try block. In this try block, we will get the user ID from request.session. So let's add const curly braces user ID equal to request.session. Correct? And after that we'll add const user equal to await. Then we'll add the user model. Then we'll add dot find by ID and provide this user ID. Correct? After that we'll add dot select, and here in this select we'll add minus password. So we'll get the user data here, and from this one the password property will be removed. Let's add the if statement if not of user. It means the user is not available. So just add return and provide the response. So just add response.status 400 and JSON message. The message is invalid user, right? And after that we'll add the return statement here, return. Then we'll add response.json and provide the user. So it will verify the user and return the user data in the response using this controller function. Now we have to protect this function. We have to create a middleware that will get executed before executing this function, right? For that we have to create a middleware. So let's open the sidebar. In this server folder, create a new folder called middlewares. And in this middlewares folder, create a file called auth.ts. In this auth.ts file, let's import the request and response and next function from Express. Correct? After that, here we'll add the arrow function. So I'll write const protect equal to async and create the arrow function. In this function parameter, we'll get the request and write the type request, comma, we will get the response and type is response. Then we'll add comma and provide the next, and here we'll add the next function that is imported. Right? Now after that, in this function, we will get some data from the session. So just add const curly braces is logged in, comma, user ID. And let's get these data from the request.session. After that, we'll add the if statement if not of is logged in or not of user ID. So in this case, the user is not logged in. So we'll add the return here. So just add return response.status 401. Then we'll add the JSON and provide the message you are not logged in. After that, here we'll add the next function. So it will call our controller function. Next, we have to export this function from here. So just add export default and protect. So now we can use this protect function in any other file. So after creating these controller file, we have to create the API routes using these controller function. For that, we'll create a new folder here in this server folder, create a new folder and write the folder name routes. In this routes folder, we have to create the first file, write the file name auth routes.ts. And in this one, we have to create the router. So just add import express from express, and using this express, we'll create the router. So just add const auth router equal to express.router. Correct? Now in this router, we have to define different endpoints. So just add auth router.post method, and here we'll add the path. So the path will be registered. Then we'll add controller function that is register user. So you can see register user has been imported from this controller folder auth controllers.js file. Now just duplicate it. Here we'll add auth router.post/login. Correct? And here we'll add the controller function login user. So the login user has been imported. Now duplicate it. Here we'll add the type get auth router.get, because here we'll not send any data and the path will be verify. To verify the user, we don't have to send any data. We'll use the get method. Here we'll add the middleware. So just add protect. You can see protect has been imported from the middleware's auth.js file. And after that, we'll add our controller function verify user. So verify user is already imported here. Now just duplicate it. In the last one, we'll add the type post. You can see I'm making the type post here and provide the path here that is logout. So let's add logout. And after that, here also we'll add protect and write the function name logout user. Logout user has been imported. After that, we have to export this router from here. So just add export default auth router. Next, we have to add this auth router in our main file that is server.ts file. So just come here, and after this home route, here we can add our new route. So let's add app.use, and in this one just add the path. It will be /API/auth, right? And after that we'll add comma and provide this router that is auth router. You can see the auth router has been imported. Now we have created the APIs for user authentication. We can log in and register on our application. We can log out from there and we can get the user data. And now we will test these APIs. For that, we are going to use the application called Postman. So I'll open the Postman application. So this is the Postman application. You can download it from the official website. Here we'll click on this plus icon, and in this one we will add the URL. So it will be backend URL that is localhost 3000/API/auth/ and the path is register. Right? Now from this drop down we'll choose the type post. Correct? And after that, here we'll open this body, and in this one we'll go to raw. And here we have to provide the JSON. In this dropdown, choose JSON. Now here we'll add the object and provide all the data that we need to provide for creating an account. So let's add name. In this name, I'll write rated tag. Then add comma. Here we'll add the email. So let me provide demo@ratedtag.dev. We can write any email ID. Then we'll add the password. And here, let me write one password. Like this. After that, I'll click on this button send. So now you can see the response here. In this response, we have the message called account created successfully. Then we have the user data also, where we have the user ID, name, and email. Correct? So we can successfully create an account. After that, if I open the web browser and I'll open the MongoDB database. So let's open this clusters. In this one, we'll go to browse collections. Now in this one, you can see here we have the Thumblify. And in this one, we have the sessions. So it will store the session in MongoDB. And after that, here we have the users also. So in this users, you can see we have the user ID, name, email, and then we have the created at and updated at property. But in this data, the password is missing. So I think we have made some mistake here. I'll just come back to the VS Code and we'll open the models folder and user.ts file. This is the user model file. In this one, you can see we have created user schema. In this schema, we have added the email and name, right? But here we have to add the password also. So let me write the password. And in this password property, let's add the type a string. So I'll just copy this one and paste it here. We'll add password type a string and required true. That's it. Save the changes. And after that, I'll try to create another account. So let me come here and I'll delete this record. Click on delete icon, delete it. And after that, I'll come back here and we can send the same data again because the account is already deleted. So I'll click on the send button. Now you can see the response, account created successfully, and this time the ID is different. That is the user ID, and here we are getting name and email in the response. After that, we'll open the database. Let's refresh it using this icon. So now you can see here we have the name, email, and password also, and you can see this password is encrypted, correct? And here we have the created at and updated at timestamps. So this user creation or account creation is working fine. Next, we'll check the login API, and after creating the account, it will set the session also. So to check that, we'll click here. We'll click on this cookies, and I'll click here. So here you can see we have this data that is added in the cookies. In this one, you can see this is the session ID. After that, here we have the path, and then we have the HTTP only. And after that, this is the expiry date for this session. Let's close it. Now we'll check the login APIs. For that, here we'll change the path. It will be login. And in this one, we have to provide only email and password. We will remove the name from here. We will provide the email and password. Let me provide the incorrect password. I'll write like this. And click on send button. So now you can see the response here. Here we have the message invalid email or password. And now if I enter the correct password, click on send button. So now you can see the message here in the response, login successful, and this is the user ID, name, and email. So this login feature is also working fine. After that, we will check our next API, that is verify, right? So here we'll add /API/auth/verify. That's it. Now in this dropdown, we'll choose get because we have created this route path using the get method. And here we'll not send anything. We'll remove everything from here and simply click on this send. Now you can see we are getting the response. In this response, we have the user ID, name, email, and these data created at and updated at. So this verify is also working fine. Now we will test the logout feature. So here in this path, we'll add logout, right? And after that, from this dropdown, we'll choose post and then click on the send button. So now you can see the response message, logout successful. And after logout, it will destroy the sessions. So you can see when we hit this send button, we are getting the response, logout successful. So we are logged out. And after that, if I again open this path, verify, and click on this send button by selecting type get, click on send button. So now you can see the message, you are not logged in. It means this logout feature is also working fine. So we have created all the APIs for user authentication. So after completing all the authentication API, next we'll create the controllers for generating the thumbnail. For that, let me come back to the VS Code. To create the thumbnail and store the thumbnail data in database, we have to create the model. So let's come here in the sidebar. You can see we have the models folder. So in this one, create a new file called thumbnailmodel.ts, or simply we can use thumbnail.ts. Now in this one, we have to create the model, and we'll create the model using a schema, and we'll create the schema using Mongoose package. So just add import Mongoose from Mongoose. After that, we have to create the interface. So just add export interface iThumbnail. It means interface of thumbnail extends document. And after that, here we have to add all the properties and type. So it is already available in the client folder. If I open client src assets.ts, in this one you can see we have the interface for thumbnail. Just copy everything from here and then paste it here like this. So we have the underscore ID a string. I'll remove this one. Then we have the user ID, title, description, style, aspect ratio, color scheme, text overlay, image URL, prompt used, user prompt, is generating, created at, and updated at. Right? After that, we create the schema. So let's add const thumbnail schema equal to new mongoose.schema, and after that we'll add the object here. Now in this angle bracket we'll add iThumbnail, that is the interface, and after that in this one let's add all these properties. So I'll just copy from here and paste it here. So first we have the user ID. Here we'll add the type for this user ID. So just add curly braces, provide the type, it will be a string, and after that we'll add the reference here. In this reference let's add the user model. Then we'll add comma and provide required property. So the required property will be true. So it will be required to store the thumbnail data, that is user ID is required, correct? Next we have to add the type for this title. So in this title, let's provide type a string, then required true, and after that we'll add the trim. It will be true. Then we'll add the description also. So just copy this one, paste it here, and remove this question mark. Now in this description we'll add type a string, and then trim. We will remove this required. And after that we'll add the style, right? So in this style, let's provide curly braces, type, and the type will be a string, required true. And after that, we'll add comma, enum, colon, and provide the array. And in this array, we will add all these values. So just cut it and paste it in this array. Here we'll add the comma instead of this or. We'll add comma here, like this. So here we have different values for this style. Now we have to update this aspect ratio also. So remove this question mark. Here we'll add this one. Just copy this, paste it here. And I'll clear this array, like this. So here we have the type a string, remove this required. And here we'll add enum. In this enum, we'll add these values. We'll add the comma here to separate these values. And after that, we'll add the default value. So the default value will be 16:9. So just add comma after this array and provide this default. We'll add the comma here. After this aspect ratio, we have to set this color scheme. So here also we'll remove this question mark. And after that, let me just copy this one, paste it here. From here, we'll remove this default value. And in this one, we will paste all these values in the array. So here we have the type a string enum, and in this enum we'll add this different color scheme name, separated using comma, like this. After that, here we have the text overlay. In this text overlay, we will add the type boolean, default will be false. Then we have to add the image URL. It is also type a string, and default is empty string. We'll remove all these question marks. After that, we'll add the prompt used. So prompt used type will be a string. Then we'll add user prompt. It is also type a string. And then we have the is generating. So in this one, we'll add type boolean and default value is true. Is generating will be true by default. Here we have to add the comma instead of this semicolon, like this. So we have created the schema for thumbnail, correct? And after that, using this schema, we have to create the model. So I'll write const thumbnail equal to mongoose dot models dot thumbnail. So if thumbnail model is available, it will be used here, or we will add mongoose dot model. It will create the model, right? So here we have to add the model name called thumbnail. Then we'll add the comma and provide the schema, that is this one, thumbnail schema. Now here we have to add angle bracket, and in this one just add thumbnail, like this. After that, we have to export this thumbnail from this file so that we can use this thumbnail model in any other file using this export default thumbnail. Now save the changes. After creating this model, we will create our controller file, right? So let's come here in the controllers folder. We'll create a new file and write the file name thumbnail controller.ts. Now in this one, we have to create a function called generate thumbnail. So let's add export const generate thumbnail equal to async and create the arrow function. Now in this function parameter, we'll get the request and add colon request. Then we'll get the response also. So just add response and colon response. Right? Now we have to import this request and response from Express. So I'll write import request response from the Express package, like this. After that, in this one, we have to add the try catch statement. Now in this try block, we will get the user ID from the session. So let's add const curly braces user ID, and let's get this user ID from the request.session. After getting this user ID, we need some data from the request body. Using that data, we will generate the thumbnail using AI, right? So just add const curly braces, and here we will get the data from the request.body, like this. And now just come here in this curly braces. So here we will get the title. Then we will get the prompt, right? And in this prompt, just add the user prompt. After that, we'll add comma a style. After this style, we'll add the aspect ratio. After this aspect ratio, we'll get the color scheme. And after that, we'll get text overlay. Let's move it in the same line, like this. So here we are getting these data from request body, right? After that, we will save the thumbnail data in database, right? So let's add const thumbnail equal to await. Then we'll add thumbnail model. You can see thumbnail model has been imported from the models folder thumbnail.js file. And in this one, just add this object where we'll add the user ID. Then we'll add the title. After that, we'll add the prompt used. And in this prompt used, we will store the user prompt. After that, we'll add the user prompt also. Then we'll add the style. And after this style, we'll add the aspect ratio. Then we'll add the color scheme. Then we'll add text overlay. And after that is generating. And in this is generating, we will set true. Here we have added thumbnail only, so just add thumbnail model dot create method, like this. Now it is correct. So we have added await thumbnail dot create. So it will create this data in database. After that, we have to generate the thumbnail using AI by adding these data in the prompt. To generate our thumbnail using AI, we are going to use Gemini 3 Pro model. To use the Gemini 3 Pro model for free, let's open the web browser and search for Google Cloud Free Credits. Let me scroll down. You will see this link, that is cloud.google.com free. So let me open this link. I'll open in new tab. So once you open it, you will see this offer: free to sign up, free to test, free monthly uses. Here you can see the message, $300 in free credit for new customers. So whenever you will create a new account or you will sign up for Google Cloud for the first time, you will get this 300 credits for free so that you can use the Google Gemini Pro model for free. If you are not getting this 300 credits, then I will recommend you to create a new Gmail account and you can easily claim this free credit. So once you claim the 300 credit, you will see the available credit like this. Once you see this message, you have activated your account and here you will see the available credits. Then only proceed for generating the API keys. So now let's see how to generate the Google Gemini API key to use the Pro model. So just search for Gemini API key and you will see this link, Google AI Studio API key. Just open this one. And here you will find this button, create API key, in the top right side. So I'll just click here, generate API key. And after that, from this drop down, you need to click on this import project. So once you click here, you need to select the project that is available in your Google Cloud. For that, you have claimed the 300 credit. Just import that project, then you can generate the key. So I have already imported the project here. And after that, for this project, I'll generate the key. And from here, we can copy this key. I'll just click here to copy it. And now we can use this key in our environment variable. So I'll open VS Code, then open .env file. And in this .env file, we have to create one environment variable. So I'll write the environment variable name here, that is Gemini API key. like this. And here we will paste the API key that we have just copied. So I have added the API key here. Now save the changes. And after that, we have to install the package that is Google Gen AI, right? So I'll open the terminal here. In this terminal, we'll add Control C to stop the project, and here we'll add npm install, and then we'll add @Google/Gen AI. Press enter. So it is installing this Google Gen AI package. It is done. Now start the project using npm run server. So now the project is running. Now we can hide this terminal, and here we have to create a configuration file. So in this config file or config folder, we'll create a new file called ai.ts. And here let's import the Google Gen AI from package. So just add import Google Gen AI from @Google/Gen AI. After that, here we'll create one instance. So just add const AI equal to new Google Gen AI. And in this one, we have to provide the API key. So let's add the API key property and provide the API key from the environment variable. So I'll write process.env dot, then we will use this name, Gemini API key, add it here. After that, we'll add as a string. That's it. Now after that, we have to export this AI. So just add export default AI. So we have created this instance and exported it from this file. After that, we can come here in the thumbnail controller.ts file, and here we have to add the model name that we will use. So let's add const model equal to, and let's add the model name Gemini 3 Pro dash image preview. So just add the same model name, correct? And after that, here we have to add the configuration for generating the image. So let's write const generation config colon, and let's add generate connect config equal to object. We have to import this generate connect config. So we are not getting the suggestion. Yes, we have the suggestion here. Let me just click here, and you can see it has been imported. You can see import generate connect config from @Google/Gen AI. Right. After that, let's come here, and in this one we will add max out token or tokens, and let's add the value like this. After that, we'll add temperature. Let's add 1, then add comma top t, and here we'll add 0.95. Then we'll add response modalities. In this one, we'll add the array and provide one text called image. After that, we'll add comma image config, provide the object here, and add the aspect ratio. Here we have to provide the aspect ratio, so we will define the aspect ratio later. For now, I'll just add the default value 16:9, and then we'll add comma. Here we'll add the image size. So let's add the size 1K like this. Then add comma here, and here we'll add the next property safety settings. This safety settings is optional, so you can either write it or ignore it. So I'll just add all the safety settings like this. You can just pause the video and write it. Here we have to import these items. So let's import this one. I'll just click here. It will get imported. After that, let's import this also. It is also imported. Correct. Next, we have to add the aspect ratio. So I think we have not created the aspect ratio here. Yes, aspect ratio is available from this request body, right? So we can provide it here. So we'll add the or operator here. Before this default value, we'll provide aspect ratio that we are getting from the request. So we have created the configuration. After that, we have to generate a prompt. So let's come here. Here we'll add let prompt equal to backticks, and after that we'll add create a, and then we have to add a style name, right? And after that style, we have to add the title. So let's add like this $sign curly braces, and here we'll add the style prompts like this, and after that we'll add for, and here we have to insert the title. So I'll write $sign curly braces and provide the title here. Now we have to create the style prompts here. So to create that, let's come here at the top. Here we'll write const style prompts equal to object. Here we'll add the key value. So let's add the first key name, that is bold and graphic, and for this one we'll add the description. So this is the prompt for this style, correct? Now we'll add the comma. Here we'll add the next key value for different style. Similarly, we'll add all the style and their prompt. You can copy this from the asset file. I have added all these prompts in the asset. Similarly, we have to create one more object here. So let's add const color scheme descriptions, right? And here also we'll add the key value. So just add the key vibrant, and in this one we'll add the description like this. Similarly, we have to add the description for all other color schemes. So I have added these color schemes, key name and value. You can also copy this from the asset, right? After that, I'll just come here and complete this prompt. We have added let create a, and then we'll add $sign curly braces, a style prompts. Then in this one we'll add square bracket, provide the style as key of type of a style prompts like this, and then we'll add this semicolon. After that, we'll add the if statement if color scheme. If the color scheme is also available, so in this case we will modify the prompt. So just add the prompt plus equal to, and add this backticks. Here we'll add use a, then $sign curly braces, provide the color scheme descriptions that we have just created, and in this one we'll add a square bracket, color scheme as key of type of color scheme descriptions, and at the end we'll write color scheme like this. After that, here we'll add the if statement, and in this one we'll add the user prompt, and then we'll add prompt. So if the user prompt is available, then we'll insert this prompt also. So we'll modify this existing prompt using this prompt plus equal to, and add backticks. Here we'll add additional details, and in the additional details we have added user prompt. That's it. So we have added the user prompt in this prompt. After that, we will extend this prompt further. So just add this prompt plus equal to like this, and here we'll add the backticks, and let's add the thumbnail should be $curly braces, aspect ratio, then add comma, and here we'll add other details like this. Visually stunning and designed to maximize click-through rate, make it bold, professional, and impossible to ignore. Correct. After that, using this prompt, we have to generate the image using AI model. So I'll write the comment here, that is generate the image using the AI model. So let's add const response. Here we'll add colon any and equal to await. Then we'll add AI and import this AI from the configs folder. It has been imported. Then we'll add dot models dot generate content. In this generate content method, we'll add the object and provide the model. After that, we have to provide the contents. In this contents, just add the prompt. And after that, we have to add the config. And in this config property, we'll add the generation config like this. So here we'll get some response from AI. You can see the AI has been imported here from this configs ai.js file. Let's come here and we'll check this response. So let's add the comment, check if the response is valid. So here we'll add the if statement, if not of response question mark dot candidates question mark dot index 0. Then we'll add question mark dot content question mark dot parts. So here we have added the if statement. If the response is not valid, then we'll add throw new error and we'll add the message unexpected response. And after that, we'll add const parts equal to our response dot candidates index 0. Then we'll add dot content dot parts. So here we are getting the parts because it will generate the image parts by part, right? So after that, we have to create the final image. For that, here we'll create let final buffer equal to, or we'll add colon buffer or null equal to null. And after that, we'll add the for loop. So just add for const part of parts. And after that, we'll add if statement if part dot inline data. If it is true, in this case, we'll add the final buffer equal to buffer dot from. And in this one, just add the part dot inline data dot data property, comma, and here we'll add base 64. After that, here we'll create the file name and we'll also create the file path. So just add const file name equal to backticks final output dash $curly braces and provide the date dot now. And after that, here we'll add dot png. So it will create a unique file name. After that, we'll generate the file path. So just add const file path equal to path. Here we have to import this path. So let's take here. If I scroll up, you can see the path has been imported from path. After that, I'll just come back here and let's write path.join. And in this one, we'll add the property image. Then we'll add comma file name. Here we have added images, right? And here we'll add file name. So we have generated the file name and path name. After that, we have to upload this image on online storage like Cloudnary. For that, we have to create a local file. We have to store this image on local storage. So first, let's create a directory. So I'll write the comment here. Create the image directory if does not exist. So here we'll add fs, that is file system, and import this file system. Let's click here, scroll up, and here we'll write fs from fs. And after that, here we'll add fs dot make directory sync. And in this one, let's add the directory name images. Then we'll add comma curly braces and provide recursive true. And after that, we have to write the final image to the file. So let's add the comment here like this. And here we'll add fs dot write file sync. And in this one, just add the file path. And then we'll add the final buffer. Here we'll add exclamation like this. After that, we can upload the final image on Cloudnary. So let's open the web browser. Here we'll search for Cloudnary, right? And after that, let's open this and click on sign up. I'll log in with my existing account. I'll click on continue with Google. I'll choose my Google account. After sign up, you will come to the Cloudnary dashboard. Here you will find this button, go to API keys. I'll just click here. And here you can see we have to generate the API key. So I'll just click on this button, generate new API key. And here it will send the confirmation code on email. So I'll enter the confirmation code here. So here you can see we have received this confirmation code. I'll enter this code here and approve. So a new key has been generated. Here we'll add the name, Thumbify. That's it. After that, you can see using this key and our cloud name, we can generate the cloud URL like this. So I'll just copy this one and open our VS Code and .env file. In this one, let's paste it. Here we have Cloudnary URL, right? And let's add it like this in double quote. Now in this one, we have to add Cloudnary colon, and here we have to add the API key and API secret, right? So just copy it from here. Here we have the API key. I'll paste it here. And then we have this colon. And after this colon, we will paste this secret key. Copy and paste it here. So here we have added the Cloudnary URL. Now we can upload our images on cloud storage. For that, I'll just come back to this controller file. Now in this one, here we'll add const upload result equal to await. And here we'll use the Cloudnary. So first we have to install the Cloudnary package. So just open the terminal, add Ctrl C, and here we'll add npm install Cloudnary. It is installing this package. After adding this package, here again start the project using npm run server. So now the project is running. We can hide this terminal and scroll up. Here we will import the Cloudnary from this package. So let's add import curly braces from Cloudnary. And in this curly braces, we'll add v2 as Cloudnary. Right? Now just come here where we have to upload our image. Let's come here. We'll add await and provide the Cloudnary here. Then we'll add dot uploader dot upload. And in this one, we have to add the file path. Then add comma and provide the object here. In this object, we'll add resource type. In this resource type, just add image. That's it. After that, here we'll add thumbnail. That is our data in MongoDB database. So in this one, we'll add the image URL property. And here we will store the upload result dot URL. So this image URL will get saved in the MongoDB database also. After that, we'll add thumbnail dot each generating, and let's make it false. After generating the thumbnail, we'll make this property false. After that, we'll add await and thumbnail dot save. So it will save the data in MongoDB database. Now we can send the response here. So just add response.json, and in this one, we have to send the message called thumbnail generated, and after that, we'll also provide this thumbnail in the response. Then we have to remove the image file from disk. So here we'll add this comment, and let's add fs dot unlink sync, and here just add the file path. That's it. After that, come to the catch log. Here we'll add error and colon any, and then we'll add console log and provide the error. Then we'll add response.status 500 and then add JSON method and provide the message. It will be error.message. So here we have created the controller function. Using that, we can generate the thumbnail using Google Gemini, and we'll upload the generated image on CloudNerdy, and we'll get the image URL, and the image URL will get saved in the MongoDB database. Next, we have to create our next controller function. Using that, we can delete the thumbnail. To create our next controller function to delete the thumbnail, we will create a arrow function. So let's just copy this one, paste it here. Now in this one, we will replace the function name. So the function name will be delete thumbnail. It is an asynchronous arrow function. Let me add the comment also. So here I have added this comment, controllers for thumbnail deletion. Now in this one, we will add try catch, and in the catch log, I'll paste this code, console log and response. After that, in this catch, we'll add colon any. Now come to the try block, and here we need the ID to delete any thumbnail. So I'll write const curly braces ID, and let's get this ID from the request dot params. So in the request URL, we have to add the ID so that we can delete that particular thumbnail. After that, we have to get the user ID also, and we'll get the user ID from the session. So let's add const user ID equal to request.session. Now we have the ID, that is the thumbnail ID, and we have the user ID also. So after that, we have to find and delete this thumbnail from the database. So let's add await thumbnail model dot find one and delete method. Here we'll add curly braces. Then let's add underscore ID, and the underscore ID will be this ID that we are getting from the request params. After that, we will provide the user ID also. So let's add the user ID. So it will delete the thumbnail, and after that, we have to send the response. So just add response.json and message. So we have added the message here, thumbnail deleted successfully. So we have created the controller function. Using that, we can generate the thumbnail using AI, and we can delete the thumbnail. And once the thumbnail is generated, it will get saved on online storage provided by CloudNerdy. Now using these controller function, we'll create the API path. So we have to create the routes. So let's come here in the routes folder. We will create a file called thumbnailroutes.ts. And in this one, let's import the express from the express package. After that, we'll create the router. So let's add const thumbnail router equal to express dot router. Now in this router, we have to add different endpoint. So I'll write thumbnail router dot post method, then add the path, that is generate. Using this, we can generate a new thumbnail. After that, we'll add comma and provide the controller function generate thumbnail. You can see this function has been imported from the controllers folder and this file thumbnail controller.js. Now just duplicate this, and here we'll add the type delete. So I'll write the type delete, and then we'll add path. It will be delete, and in the path only we'll add the ID. So just add colon ID. So from this params, we can get the ID and delete the particular thumbnail. So let's add the controller function also, that is delete thumbnail. Delete thumbnail controller function has been imported. Next, we have to export this router from this file. So let's add export default and thumbnail router. After that, we have to add this router in our main file, that is server.ts. So we will open server.ts file, and just after this route, let's add app.use and provide the path. It will be /API/thumbnail. After that, we'll add comma and provide the router. So I'll write thumbnail router. So you can see the thumbnail router has been imported in this file from this routes folder, thumbnail routes.js file. So we have created the APIs. Using that, we can generate and delete the thumbnail. Next, we have to create the APIs. Using that, we can get all thumbnails of the particular user, and we can also get the individual thumbnail of any particular user. For that, let's create a new controller file. So here we have the controller folder. In this one, create a new file and write the file name user controller.ts. And in this one, let me write the comment. I'll write controllers to get all user thumbnails. Now we'll create the asynchronous arrow function here. So I'll write the function name and export it. So just add export const get users thumbnails equal to async arrow function. Now in this one, we'll get the request and response. So here we'll add request and response like this, and we have to import this request response from the express package. So just add the import request response from express. Now in this function, we'll add the try catch statement. So I'll write try catch block, and in this catch block, we'll add the same code from here. I'll just copy this code from catch block, paste it here, and here let's add colon any. After that, come to the try block. Now in this try block, I'll write const curly braces get the user ID, and we'll get the user ID from the request session. So let's add the request dot session. From this session, we'll get the user ID, and after that, here we'll add const thumbnail equal to await, and here we'll use the thumbnail model. Let's click here to import the thumbnail model from this models folder, thumbnail.js file, and after that, here we'll add dot find method. So we will find all the thumbnails, right? So here just add curly braces and user ID. So it will return all the thumbnails of the particular user ID. Let's add it here. And after that, here we'll add dot sort. In this sort, add curly braces and provide created at -1, like this. After that, we have to return these thumbnails in the response. So simply add response dot JSON, and in this one, just add the object and provide this thumbnail. So we have created the controller function. Using that, we can get all the thumbnails of individual user. Now we have to create the controller function to get the single thumbnail of the user. So let's add the comment here, controller to get a single thumbnail of a user. So here, let's add the function. I'll just copy this one and paste it here. And we'll replace the function name. So the function name is get thumbnail by ID. After that, let's add try catch statement and copy this code in the catch block. And here we'll add :any. Now come to the try block, and in this try block, first we need the user ID like this. So just copy and paste it here. After this user ID, we need the thumbnail ID also. So let's add const curly braces ID equal to request, and in the request we'll add the ID as params. So just add the request.params. Next we have to find this thumbnail from the database. So I'll write const thumbnail equal to await, and then we'll add this thumbnail model dot find one. And here let's add the user ID. And after this user ID, we'll add underscore ID and provide this ID. So here we'll get the individual thumbnail. After that, just add the response.json, and here we will return this individual thumbnail. So just add it here. So we have added the controller function. Using that, we can get all thumbnails of any user, and we can also get single thumbnail of any user. Next, we have to create the routes also for these functions. So let's come here in the route folder, create a new file, and write the file name userroutes.ts. And in this one, let's import the express from express, and using this express, we'll create the user router. So just add const user router equal to express.router. And in this router, we have to add different endpoints. So I'll write this user router dot get method, and first we have to provide the path. So path will be thumbnails, and then we'll add the controller function called get user's thumbnail. Now just duplicate it, and here again we'll use the get method and provide the path. It will be thumbnail / ID, and here we'll add the function name get thumbnail by ID. So it is also imported here. After that, we have to export this router from this file. So just add export default and user router. And now we will add this user router in our main file, that is server.ts. So let's come here. We will add app.use and provide the path here, that is /API/user, and provide comma. And here let's add user router. So user router is also imported here in this statement. So we have created all the APIs to create our fully functional AI thumbnail generator. Now let me test these API also. For that, we are going to use Postman. So again, we will open Postman, and here we'll enter the backend URL /API/auth, and first we will log in. So just add the path login. And after that, come to body. Then from here, we will choose this raw, and from this drop down, choose JSON. And here we'll add the data for login. So we have to add the email, and I'll provide the email that we have used for creating an account. So just add the same email ID. And after that, we'll add the password. Now I'll click on this send button. Here we are getting error because the server is not running. So I'll just come back here and open the terminal. And you can see the server is not running. So I'll write npm run server. So now our server is successfully running, and now we can click on send button. Here we are getting the error. So let's see the error message. Cannot get API. Okay. So here we have to choose post. From this drop down, we'll choose this post because we are using this login path. I'll click on send button. Now you can see data and has must be string. So I'll just change it in string, which is our password. Click on send button. So now you can see the message login successful, and we have the user details like ID, name, and email. So now we are logged in, and after login, we can generate the thumbnail, and we can also get the list of thumbnails. So to get the list of thumbnails, here we'll add the path /API/user/ and here we'll add the path, that is thumbnails. Click on send button. Here we'll choose the type get. So here you can see we are getting the empty array because we have not generated any thumbnail yet. Correct? Now let's change the path here. I'll change the path to /API/thumbnail/generate. So we will use this path for thumbnail generation. Here we'll choose the type post. Then come to this body, and in this body we'll select this JSON, and here we have to provide the data that is required to generate a thumbnail. So let's see our controller file. I'll close this terminal, come to this thumbnail controller. Here you can see we are getting user ID from this request session. Then we have to get this title prompt, that is the user prompt, and then the style, aspect ratio, color scheme, text overlay. We need these data from the body. So let's add it one by one. I'll just come here. Let's add the title and provide the empty string for now. Then we'll add the next one, that is user prompt. After that, let's add the next property, style. Then we will add the aspect ratio, and after that we'll add color scheme, and after this color scheme we'll add text overlay. But we are not using this text overlay, so let's leave it. This is optional, so we have to provide these data only. Here we have added user prompt, but we have to pass the prompt. If I come back here, you can see we're getting the prompt and using it as user prompt, so we have to pass the prompt only. Let me update it. We'll add prompt. Now let's add the title, prompt, style, aspect ratio, and color scheme. So I'll use the dummy data here. I'll just come back to the VS Code, then go to client src assets asset file. In this one we have dummy thumbnails. So in this one we can get the title. So let's use this title learn Next.js 16 beta project. I'll just use this title. After that, let's add the style, bold and graphic. Then we'll add aspect ratio, then color scheme, and after that we will add the prompt also. So I'll add this prompt, add human with laptop. After that we'll click on this send button. It may take few seconds because it will generate the image using AI. Now you can see the response here. Let me expand it, and you can see the message thumbnail generated. Then we have the thumbnail data where we have the user ID, title, style, aspect ratio, color scheme, and here we have the image URL. And you can see this URL, it is res.cloudnerdy.com. It means our image is generated and uploaded on Cloudnerdy. So let's open this link. I'll press Control and click on this link. Now our thumbnail is open in web browser. You can see it is uploaded on data from the body. So let's add it one by one. I'll just come here. Let's add the title and provide the empty string for now. Then we'll add the next one, that is user prompt. After that, let's add the next property, style. Then we will add the aspect ratio. And after that, we'll add color scheme. And after this color scheme, we'll add text overlay. But we are not using this text overlay, so let's leave it. This is optional. So we have to provide these data only. Here we have added user prompt, but we have to pass the prompt. If I come back here, you can see we're getting the prompt and using it as user prompt. So we have to pass the prompt only. Let me update it. We'll add prompt. Now let's add the title, prompt, style, aspect ratio, and color scheme. So I'll use the dummy data here. I'll just come back to the VS Code, then go to client, src, assets, asset file. In this one, we have dummy thumbnail. So in this one, we can get the title. So let's use this title, learn Next.js 16 with a project. I'll just use this title. After that, let's add the style, bold and graphic. Then we'll add aspect ratio, then color scheme. And after that, we will add the prompt also. So I'll add this prompt, add human with laptop. After that, we'll click on this send button. It may take few seconds because it will generate the image using AI. Now you can see the response here. Let me expand it, and you can see the message thumbnail generated. Then we have the thumbnail data where we have the user ID, title, style, aspect ratio, color scheme, and here we have the image URL. And you can see this URL, it is res.cloudnerdy.com. It means our image is generated and uploaded on Cloudnerdy. So let's open this link. I'll press Control and click on this link. Now our thumbnail is open in web browser. You can see it is uploaded on Cloudnerdy, and now we'll open the MongoDB database also. So now we are in the MongoDB Atlas. Let's open this Thumbleify. Then we'll open thumbnails. And here you can see we have one data. In this one also you can see we have the image URL. This is the generated thumbnail image URL, correct? And after that, let's preview this thumbnail again. You can see this thumbnail. We have added the prompt to generate the thumbnail for this text, learn Next.js 16 with a project. So we have this text also. We have added additional prompt, that is add a human with laptop. So it is also there. And here we have the Next.js icon, right? So this thumbnail is eye-catching thumbnail, and we have generated it using Google Gemini API. Now let's see our next API also. I'll just come back to Postman, and now we will check that next API to get the list of thumbnails. So here we'll add /API/user/thumbnails, and here we'll use this get method and click on send button. So now you can see when we hit this, it will display all the thumbnails generated by this particular users. Right now we have only one thumbnail, so we are getting this here in this response. So we have successfully created our backend APIs, and it is working fine. We have tested it using Postman application. Next, we have to integrate these backend APIs with our frontend to create a fully functional thumbnail generator. Before we connect our backend APIs with frontend, we have to add one more thing. If I open this routes folder, then auth routes, here you can see we have added this protect middleware for this verify and logout. Similarly, we will protect other routes also. So let's open thumbnail routes.ts, and here also we'll add that middleware. So let's add comma, protect, import it from the middleware folder and add comma like this. So it has been imported here. Now let's add it here in the second route also. So just add protect and comma, delete thumbnail, save the changes. Similarly, we will open the user routes. Here also we'll add this protect middleware. So let's add protect and click here to import it from the middleware folder auth.js file and provide the comma here. And we'll add this in the second route also like this. So now you can see we have protected all the routes. Using that, we can get the list of thumbnails and individual thumbnail, and then we have protected the generate thumbnail and delete thumbnail using this protect middleware. Only logged in user can access this route. Now we have completed the backend part. Now let's close all these files. So right click and select close saved. Now let's fold this server. After that, we'll open the terminal. So you can see this is the backend terminal, and it is running successfully. We don't have any issue here. And after that, just come here in the client terminal. You can see the path client. So let's start the client also. So here we'll add npm run. Use this npm run dev. So it will start the front end on localhost 5173. And if I open the web browser, type localhost 5173, you can see the project is successfully running here. So we will integrate the backend APIs with this front end. So just come back here and expand this client. Here we'll make some changes, integrate our APIs. So first, we'll add some new packages in this client project. So again, open the terminal, and the project is running. So again, add Ctrl+C to stop it. And here we will install the package. Using that, we can make the API call, and we can also display the notifications. So let's add npm install and write the package name called Axios. We will use this Axios package for making the API call. After that, we'll add space react hot toast. Using this react hot toast, we can display the toast notifications. So just press enter. So we have added these packages. Now start the project again using npm run dev. It is running. Now let's hide it. After that, we'll create the configuration file. Using that, we can easily make the API call. So let's come here in this client folder. Let's create a file called .env. In this one, we will store the environment variable. We have created this project using Vite. So let's start the environment variable name with Vite underscore and provide the base URL equal to, and here we have to add the backend URL. So the backend is running at localhost 3000. Let me open this. Localhost 3000. You can see server is live. So this is the backend URL. Let's add it here. At the end, we have the forward slash. Just remove this forward slash. After that, let's come here in the client folder, and in this client folder, we have the src. So in this src, we'll create a new folder and write the folder name configs like this. And after that, in this configs folder, we'll create a file. So I'll write the file name api.ts. Now in this API.ts file, we will import the Axios. So just add Axios from Axios. After that, let's create one variable const API equal to this Axios dot create. And in this one, add the base URL property. In this base URL, we'll add import dot meta dot env dot and provide the wheat base URL, as you can see here. So here we have added the backend URL. If it is not available, then we'll add the fixed URL here. So here also we'll add the same thing, localhost colon 3000. After adding this base URL, here we'll add with credentials and make it true, because we will send the session over the HTTP request. Now we have to export this API from this file. So just add export default API. So what will happen after using this configuration, we can easily make the API call using this API, and we don't have to provide the base URL. We can simply provide the remaining path of that API URL. Correct? Now after that, we'll create the context here. Using that, we can manage the global states and function. To create the context, let's come here in the src folder, create a new folder called context. And in this one, create a file. So I'll create a new file here and write the file name auth-context.tsx. Now in this one, we have to create the context using create context hook. So I'll write const auth-context equal to create context. And you can see the create context has been imported from React like this. Now after that, we have to create the auth provider. So let's add export const auth provider equal to and create the arrow function like this. And in this one, we will add all the states and function that we need to access in entire application. And after that here, let's add return. It will return this auth context dot provider. Close this tag, and within this we have to provide the children. So let's get this children in this parameter like this. We'll add curly braces children and provide this children here in this auth context dot provider. Correct? And after that here we have to add the value, and in this value we can pass all the states and function to access in entire application. So let's create one value object here. So I'll write const value like this, and after that we'll pass this value here. Next we have to define the type for this create context, and we'll add the initial value also. So let's create the interface. I'll write interface here, interface, and write the name auth context props. Now in this one we'll add the property like is logged in, and the type will be boolean. After that we'll add set is logged in. This is the set function, and here we'll add is logged in colon boolean and return void like this. After that, let's add user. So in this user property we'll add iUser. Let's import it from the assets. You can see type iUser has been imported from the assets, right? And after that we'll add or null. Then we'll add the set function set user. It will be this arrow function user will be iUser or null and return void. After that we'll add the next property, that is login, and in this login let's add the arrow function again, and it will return this promise angle bracket and provide void. And in this parameter let's provide the user colon curly braces, and here we'll add email a string and password a string like this. Now just duplicate it, and here we'll add sign up, and in the sign up we'll add user. It will be email, password, and with that we'll add the name also. So let's add name, then a string, email a string, password a string, and it will return promise void. After that we'll add the logout. So let's add logout colon and one arrow function that will return promise void. That's it. Next we have to add the initial values for this one and add this here. Add the angle bracket and provide this auth context props. Correct? And in this one add the object like this and provide is logged in, and the initial value will be false. Then we'll add comma, provide set function set is logged in, and provide the arrow function like this. After that we'll add user. In this user just add null. After that here we'll add set user. In this set user again add the arrow function like this, and after that we'll add the login. For this login we'll add the asynchronous arrow function. Then we'll add the sign up. For sign up also we'll add asynchronous arrow function, and then logout, and for logout add asynchronous arrow function. That's it. After that here you can see we have provided the children. So here we'll add the type also. So just add colon curly braces and provide the children. Then add colon, provide the react dot react node. Correct? Now here let's create all the states and function that we need to pass in other component. So let's add const user, and the set function name is set user equal to use a state. And after that let's initialize it using null, and here we'll add angle bracket. In this one we'll add the interface, that is iUser. Then we'll add or null. Now let's duplicate it. Here we'll add next state, that is logged in, and the set function name is set is logged in, and user state, and here we'll add the type boolean and initialize it using false. Right? Next let's pass these state variable and set function using this value. So in this one just add user comma set user, then we'll add this is logged in, then we'll add set is logged in like this. After that we have to create other functions that we need to pass in different component, that will be login, logout, sign up, and we'll also add fetch user function. So after this state let's create a function called sign up. So just add const sign up equal to async and create the arrow function like this. Now just duplicate it. Here we'll add the next one, that is login. So we have the login function, duplicate it. Here we'll add logout like this, and after that we'll add one more function, that is fetch user. So just duplicate it. We will add function name fetch user, Next, we have to pass these functions from this context. So just copy this sign up, add it here. Then we will pass this login. After that, we'll pass this logout. And here we have the fetch user. So we will execute this fetch user in this file only. We will not pass it anywhere. So to execute it here, let's add the use effect. In this use effect, we'll add the arrow function like this. And in this arrow function, let's add parenthesis, provide the async arrow function, and provide await fetch user. So this fetch user will be executed, and here we will add this parenthesis, and here we'll add comma dependency array, which is empty array. So it will be executed whenever the component gets loaded. Now let's complete these functions. So let's start with this sign up function. So for sign up, we need the name, email, and password. So we will get it in the parameter. So I'll write curly braces. We'll write name, email, and password separated by comma. After that, here we'll add colon, curly braces, provide the type. So I'll write name, it will be a string. Then we'll add the email, a string, and password also a string. Correct. Now we'll add the try catch statement, and in this try block, we will make the API call. So I'll write const curly braces data equal to await, and here we will use the API. Just click here to import the API from this config folder /API. And after that, here we'll add .port method and provide the path only. Just add /API/auth/register. That is for the user registration. And here we'll add comma and provide all the data that we are getting from this parameter, that is name, email, and password. Right? So it will make the API call and we'll get the response in this data. So let's add the if statement to check the response. We'll add if the data.user. It means if we have the user property in the data, it means the user is created. So let's use the setter function set user, and here we'll add the data.user as iUser interface. Then we'll add the setter function set is logged in, and we'll make it true so that the user will be logged in. And after that, here we have to add the toast notification. So let's add the toast and import it from the React hot toast, and then we'll add .success and provide the message here. So let's add the data.message property. So we'll display the message that we are getting from the API. After that, come to the catch block. In this catch block, simply add console log and provide this error. So we have completed this sign up function, and now we can access this sign up function in any component because we have created it in the context file. Now we have to create the login function. So in this one also we'll copy the same thing. I'll just copy this try catch block here in this login, and here we have to add the parameter also. So just copy this and paste it here. In this one, we will remove this name because for login we only need the email and password. Here also we'll remove this name. So here we have email and password. After that, here we have this try block. In this one, we will make the API call using this await API post and provide the path /API/auth and provide the path name login. This is the login API. From here, remove this name. We will pass email and password only. After that, we'll check for the response data. So here we have if data.user. If it is true, then we will use the set function set user data.user as iUser. Then set is logged in true. And then we'll add the toast notification with this success message, and then catch block with this console.log error. After that, we have to add the logout function, right? So I'll just copy this try block and catch block from here and paste it in this logout. Now in this one, we will simply make the API call using this const curly braces data equal to await, and here we will use post /API/auth/logout. And here we don't have to provide any data, so I'll remove this object from here. You can see this URL. After that, simply add setter function. I'll just remove this. We will use set user, and in this one, just add null, right? After that, we will use the set is logged in and make it false because the user is logged out, and then we'll add the toast notification using this toast.success data.message, and then we have the catch block. So we have completed this logout function also. After that, we'll create this fetch user so that we can get the user data when the user is logged in. So we will verify the user is logged in or not. For that also, we have already created the API, that is /API/auth/verify. So I'm going to use that one. Just copy this, paste it here. Here we'll add try const curly braces data equal to await /API/get method. Here we'll use get method /API/auth/verify. Here also we'll not provide anything because it will get the user data from the session, right? After that, we'll add the if statement. If data.user, it means when we have the user in the response. So in this case, we will use this set user here, and in this set user, just add the data.user. Then we'll add as iUser. After that, we'll use this set logged in, and let's add it here within this if statement and make it true. So the user will be logged in. Remove this notification from here, and then we have the catch block like this. So we have completed this fetch user also, and this fetch user will get executed whenever the component gets loaded. Right. Next, we have to add the code. Using that, we can access this context data in any other component. So here, let's come at the bottom and write export const use auth equal to arrow function, and it will return use context. And in this use context, we will add our auth context. That's it. Now we will open our main.tsx file, which is here. In this main.tsx, we will get the auth provider. So let's add import curly braces from and provide the path here, that is /context/auth context, right? And from this file we'll get auth provider. Now we have to use this auth provider to wrap our application. So after this browser router, we will add this tag auth provider like this, and within this we'll provide our app like this. So now we have the support of context in our entire application. We can access any state and function in any part of the application using this context, right? After that, let's come here in the app.tsx file, and in this one we have to import the toaster so that we can display the toast notification anywhere. So let's add import curly braces from React hot toast, and here we'll get the toaster, and we will mount this toaster component here within this fragment let's add it here. We have added the toaster component, so now we can use the toast notification in any part of the application. After that, we have to integrate the sign up functionality in the navigation bar. So now let's open the components. In this components, we have navbar.tsx file. Here we have to add the functionality so that we can display the login or logout button. So I'll just come here at the top, and here we will import the is login state, user, and logout function from context. So here you can see we have this state. So just before this, we will add const curly braces is logged in, comma, user, comma, logout function, and we will get it from the use auth. Let's click on this suggestion. You can see use auth has been imported from the context folder auth context file. Call this use auth. So now we have this is login state, user data, and then logout function. After that, here you can see we have some unused imports. So I'll remove this one and remove this navlink import from React Router DOM. Correct. So we have removed the unused imports here. After that, let's come here. You can see here we have the logo, and after this logo we have this div that contains all the menu items. So we have home, correct? Then we have generate, correct? After that we have my generation. So this my generations will be accessible for the logged in user only. So here let's add curly braces, provide is logged in, right? Then add question mark. So if it is true, then we'll add this my generation link. Let's add it here, correct? After that, here we'll add colon, and if it is false, then we'll display this another link called about. So I'll just copy this one and paste it here. So we have added link to. In this to, we'll add hashtag. Then we'll add the same classes here, and after that, here we'll add the text called about. After that, here you can see we have this link my contact. Let me correct it. We'll add contact us. So after updating this link, I'll just scroll down. Here you can see we have this button called get started, right? So let's add one div here. Before this button, I'll add div, and in this div we'll add the classes. So I'll write the class name property, provide these classes, and here we'll add the ternary operator. So just add curly braces is logged in. So when it is true, we'll add this parenthesis, and in this one we have to provide the user icon. When the user is logged in, we'll display the user icon, and after that we will add the logout button, right? If the user is logged in, we'll display the logout button, and if it is false, so here we'll add colon, this parenthesis, and in this one we will provide this button called get started. So let's remove this button from here and paste it in this second parenthesis like this. So here we have this button that will navigate the user on login page with this text get started, and if the user is logged in, so in this case we will return a div, and in this div we will add some classes. So just add the relative and group. Then in this div we will add the button, and in this button we will add curly braces user question mark dot name property dot char at 0. So it will get the first character of the user's name. Then we'll add two uppercase. So we will use the first character to display one icon, and after that here we'll add some classes in this button. So just add the class name property here, and let's provide these tailwind classes. Correct. Now just after this user icon button, we'll add one div, and in this div we have to add the position absolute. So just add the class name absolute, hidden, group over block, then top 6, right 0, and padding top. Now here we have to add the logout button. So let's add the button tag again, and in this button we'll add the tag called logout. Right. Now in this logout button we have to provide some classes also. So just add the class name property, provide these classes, and then we have to add the onClick property so that we can log out. So just add onClick. In this onClick, let's add the arrow function and provide this logout function. After that, here we have this get started button that will be displayed if the user is logged out. After that, scroll down. Here you can see we have home, my generation, then we have this generate, and then my generation. So this my generation will be displayed when the user is logged in. So here again add curly braces is logged in property question mark, and if it is true, then we will provide this link. So just add it here, and after that we'll add this colon, and here we'll add the another link tag. So I'll just copy this, paste it here. You can see like this, and after that in this second link we'll add to property. It will be hash. Then we'll add the text called about. Correct. After that, here you can see we have contact. So I'll correct the text here. It will be contact us. Correct. After this contact us, you can see here we have this link called login. Right. So here also we'll add the ternary operator. We'll add curly braces is logged in. It means when the user is logged in. So in this case, let's add question mark and provide the button. We will add the button tag, and in this button tag we'll add the text called logout. Correct. And after that, here we have to add the onClick property. So let's add onClick. In this onClick, I will add the arrow function and provide curly braces set is open and make it false, and after that semicolon and provide logout function. Right. Now here we have to add the colon also, and after this colon we will add this link that is login. So if the user is not logged in, it will display the login link. Right. Then we have this button for close menu. Save the changes, and after that we will open the web page. So let's open the web page, refresh it. You can see right now we are not logged in, and here we have this button get started. If I click here, it is opening this login form, and from here we can switch to sign up form. So now we'll add the functionality in the login and sign up form. So I'll just come back to the VS Code. We will open the sidebar, then open this components and login.tsx file. Now in this one we need the data from context. So scroll up, and here we have this state, set a state, and default value is login. So just after that, here we'll get the data from context. So just add const curly braces. We will get the user. After that we will get login. Then we will get sign up equal to use auth, and the use auth has been imported here. Correct. After that, here we'll get the navigate function also. So let's add const navigate equal to use navigate, and the use navigate has been imported from React Router DOM. Then we have this form data, then handle change and handle submit function. And in this handle change, we have the functionality also, right? So it will update the data in this form data. Then we have this handle submit. So let's complete this handle submit function. So in this one, we have e.eventDefault. After that, we'll add the if statement. And in this if statement, first we'll check for the state. So if the state is equal to login. So in this case, we have to call the login function. So let's add the login function here. And in this one, we will provide this form data like this. And then we'll add the else statement. And in this else statement, we'll add the sign up function. And in this sign up function, provide the form data again. We have already created this login and sign up function in the context. So we are simply calling that function from this handle submit, right? After that, here we'll add one use effect. Suppose the user is already logged in and they come to this page, then we have to redirect the users on home page. So just add use effect, create the arrow function, and here we'll add the dependency array user, right? So whenever the user changes, it will redirect the users on new page. So just add the if statement if user. So when the user is available, so in this case, simply add the navigate and provide the path for home page like this. Save the changes. And after that, let's open our web page. So if I refresh it, you can see we are on this login page, and here I'll add the same email ID and password that we have used for creating the account. Then I'll click on login button. So now you can see the notification, login successful, and we are logged in. Here you can see we have this icon that is G, and when we hover it, we have the logout button. So we will fetch the first character of the name and display the icon here, and once we hover it, we'll get the logout button, correct? If I open this web page in a small screen, here you can see we have this menu items, and here we have the logout link. And if I click on this cross icon, it will hide this menu. Right now you can see this icon is displayed here. It should display in the right side. So I'll just come back here in the VS Code, then open navbar.tsx file. In this one, you can see we have added this first character of the name as icon. Then we have this get started button. And after that, we have this closing div and this button, which is the menu icon. So just move this button. I'll cut it and paste it here before this closing div. Now save the changes and open the web page. So now you can see here we have this icon in the right side. It looks good. And from here, we can open other pages also using these links. And when we are logged in, here we have the My Generations. We can go to My Generations. And if I log out, you can see here we have this home, generate, about, and contact us. We don't have My Generations, and here we have get started button. Let me log in again. You can also go to sign up form by using this link. Click here and enter the name, email ID, and password. Create a new account and go to this login form to log in with existing account. So I'll add the email ID and enter the password. And right now you can see we have this button get started. Here we have about, contact us. Let's click on login. And after login, here you can see we have this icon, and here we have My Generations. So we have successfully integrated the user authentication in our project. After that, we'll come here in this generate page, and we'll add the functionality in this generate page so that we can generate our images using AI. So we have already created the backends. So let's integrate the backend API with this page. I'll just come back to the VS Code and open this file, that is pages generate.tsx file. Correct. Now in this one, we need some data from context. So here you can see we have this ID from use params. Then we need the path name also. So let's add const curly braces path name equal to use location, and the use location has been imported from React Router DOM. After that, here we need the navigate function also. We don't have that navigate function here. So let's add const navigate equal to use navigate. And after that, here we need the is logged in from context. So just add const curly braces is logged in, and let's get it from the use auth, and the use auth has been imported from the context folder. After that, let's scroll down. Here you can see we have this function handle generate. So we have to complete this handle generate function. In this one, we'll add if statement. We'll write if not of is logged in. Here we have added is loading by mistake. So let me correct it. Here we have is loading. So let me correct it. We will get is logged in that we have added in the context. Right now, let's come here. We'll add is logged in. It means when the user is logged in. So in this case, we can generate the thumbnail. So we have added not of logged in. It means the user is not logged in. So let's add the return, and here we'll add the toast notification. So just add the toast, import the toast, then we'll add dot error, and here we'll add one message. Please log in to generate thumbnails. Right now, suppose the user is logged in, then we'll add the if statement if not of title dot trim. It means we don't have any title in the input field. So in this case also we'll add return, then toast dot error, and provide one error message here, that is title is required. Now suppose the title is also available, then we'll use the setter function set loading, and let's make it true. And after that, let's add const API payload that we have to send on API request. So just add API payload equal to curly braces and provide the title here, then provide the prompt. And in this prompt, we'll add the additional details. Then we'll add the style here, then we'll add aspect underscore ratio. And in this aspect ratio, just add this aspect ratio. After that, we'll add the color underscore scheme and provide the color scheme ID. After that, here we'll add text overlay true. So here we have added the data. Then we will come here, and in this one, we will make the API call. So I'll write const curly braces data equal to await, and then we'll use the API, import the API from the config folder. Then we'll add the type post, and here we'll add the path, that is /API/thumbnail/generate. Correct. And here we will provide the payload data, that is API underscore payload. Now we will check the response. So just add the if statement if data.thumbnail. So if the thumbnail data is available in the response, in this case we'll add the navigate, and let's add the path, that is generate. Then we'll add slash plus, and here we'll add the data dot thumbnail dot underscore ID. So it will insert this thumbnail ID in the URL, and after that we'll add the toast notification also. So just add toast.success, and here let's add the data dot message. So we'll get the message from API response that will be displayed here. So we have created this handle generate function, and here we are making the API call that will generate the thumbnail using the backend API. After that, here we have the fetch thumbnail which we have already created. So in this one you can see we have dummy data from this asset, right? So I'll remove this one. Here let's clear everything. In this one just add try catch statement. In this try block we'll make the API call, so just add const curly braces data equal to await and provide the API dot get method and provide the path here, that is slash API slash user slash thumbnail and then slash $ curly braces ID. We are inserting the variable here, so just add the backticks like this, and after that here we'll get the response, right? And in this response we'll get the thumbnail, so just use the set function set thumbnail and provide the data question mark dot thumbnail as I thumbnail interface. After that let's use the set function set loading, and we will add not of data question mark dot thumbnail question mark dot image URL, and after that let me add the set additional details. In this one we'll add data dot thumbnail dot user prompt. We will add the question mark also, and after that we'll add set title, and in this set title just add data dot thumbnail dot title. After that we'll add the set color scheme ID. In this set color scheme ID just add the data dot thumbnail dot color scheme. Then we'll add set aspect ratio. In this one also we'll add data dot thumbnail dot aspect ratio. After that we'll add set style. In this set style just add data dot thumbnail dot style like this. Now come to the catch block. Here we'll add colon any and provide console log error. After that we have to display the toast notification here, so let's add the toast dot error, and in this one we'll add error dot response dot data dot message or error dot message. So it will fetch the thumbnail and insert the thumbnail data in the states, right? So that this data will be displayed in the left sidebar also. After that here we have the use effect. In this use effect we are simply fetching the thumbnails, right? So here we'll add the if statement, and in this one let me add the space. Here we'll add is logged in. So when it is true then we'll check for the ID also. When the ID is available then only it will call this fetch thumbnail. After that we'll add another if statement. In this one let's add the ID and loading and is logged in. So when everything is true, in this case let's add const interval equal to set interval, and in this set interval we have to add the arrow function like this and provide the time 5 seconds, and in this one just add this function fetch thumbnail. So what is happening here, when ID is available and is logged in is true and the loading is true, it means the thumbnail is not generated yet, right? So it will call this function fetch thumbnails after every 5 seconds, so that it will give the thumbnail URL from the database. So here we have added this set interval, and after that here we'll add the return. In this return just provide this clear interval, and in this clear interval provide this interval, right? And here in this dependency array we'll add comma ID loading comma is logged in like this. After that here we have to add another use effect, so let's add the another use effect here. In this one add the arrow function and provide the dependency array, and in this one we'll add the path, that is path name, and when path name is changing we will set the thumbnail null. So let's add the if statement if not of ID and thumbnail. So in this case we will use set thumbnail and provide null like this. After that let's save the changes and open the web page, refresh this web page, and here we'll add the title or topic to generate the thumbnail. We will select the aspect ratio, style, color scheme, additional prompt, and we can generate the thumbnail. It will be displayed here in the right side. So let's try it. So here we'll add the title, learn to build AI agent using NA10. Then we'll choose the aspect ratio 16:9. Then we'll choose this style. Then we'll choose this color scheme, and let me choose this one. And after that here we'll add the additional prompt. It is optional, so let's add it. I'll write add human with a laptop. Then I'll click on this generate thumbnail button. So you can see the loading animation in the right side because it will take some time to generate our thumbnail using AI. So just wait for that. So now you can see our thumbnail has been generated. It is truly eye-catching thumbnail. We can click on this button to download this thumbnail. Let's click here. So you can see our thumbnail is open in new tab, and we can download this full HD template by right click and save image as, right? And we can also download it in one click. For that we'll come back to the VS Code, and here we'll open the sidebar. Then in this one we have this components. In the components we have preview panel.tsx. In this preview panel here you can see we have this on download function. In this one we have if thumbnail is not available it will return nothing, right? And after that here we'll add const link equal to document dot create element, and in this one we'll add the element tag name a, that is a tag, and after that here we'll add link dot href and equal to provide this thumbnail question mark dot image URL dot replace, and in this replace just add this slash upload comma and provide slash upload slash fl underscore attachment. After that here we'll add document dot body dot append child and provide this link, and after that we'll add this link dot click, and after that we'll add link dot remove. That's it. Save the changes and we'll open the web page. Let me refresh it. Here we have this thumbnail. Click on this download thumbnail. You can see the thumbnail has been downloaded here, right? If I open this, you can easily download and preview this thumbnail on your laptop. Let's close this. After that, let's click on this My Generations. Here you can see we have the dummy data. So we'll replace these dummy data. Here we'll get the My Generated Thumbnails from the API. So I'll just come back to the VS Code. First, we'll open this generate.tsx. In this one, you can see we have this dummy thumbnails. So just remove this dummy thumbnails from this import. Save the changes. And after that, I'll open the sidebar. In this one, we have mygeneration.tsx file. So in this one, we have to make the API call so that we can get the thumbnails from the database. So let's see this code again. Here we have navigate function. Here we'll get the is logged in property from context. So just add const curly braces is logged in equal to use auth. It has been imported from context, right? After that, here we have the navigate function. Then we have the thumbnails and loading. Then you can see we have this aspect ratio class map. And after that, here we'll update this handle delete, handle download, and fetch thumbnails function. So in this one, here we have this fetch thumbnails, and right now we are fetching the thumbnails from dummy data, right? So let's clear this. I'll clear this function, fetch thumbnails, and here let's add the try catch statement. In this try block, we'll add set loading, and let's make it true. And after that, we'll add const curly braces data equal to await and provide the API, import the API from the configs folder, then dot get method, and here we have to add the path, that is slash API slash user slash thumbnails. Right? After that, we'll get the response data. So here we'll use the set function set thumbnails and provide the data dot thumbnails that we are getting from the API. Let's add s. Here we'll add or operator and provide empty array. If we don't have that data, it will add empty array. After that, come here in the catch block, we'll add colon any, and then we'll add console.error and provide this error. Then we'll add the toast notification. So import the toast, then write dot error, and here we'll add error dot response dot data dot message or error dot message. After that, we'll add the finally block, and in this one we will set the loading false. Like this. So we have completed this fetch thumbnails. After that, here you can see we have this handle download. So just copy the handle download from the preview panel. In this preview panel, we have added this, right? So I'll just copy this one and paste it here. In this handle download, let's add const link document.create a, then link.href, and here we'll add the image URL, and we'll get this image URL from the parameter. So just add image URL dot replace and provide slash upload with upload slash fl attachment. Then we'll add document.body.append child link, then link.click, link.remove. That's it. Then we have handle delete. So here we'll make the API call to delete any thumbnail. So let's add try catch, and in the catch block we will paste this code. Here we'll add colon any. Right? Now come to try block, and here we'll add const curly braces data equal to await, and here we'll add the API dot delete. And here we have to add the path, that will be slash API slash thumbnail slash delete. Here let's add the backticks also, and then we have to add slash $sign curly braces and provide the ID. We are getting the ID from this parameter, so it will call this API and delete the data. But before that, we'll add the confirmation window also. So here let's add const confirm equal to window dot confirm, and here we'll add the message, are you sure you want to delete this thumbnail? Right? Then we'll add the if statement if not of confirm. So in this case, we will stop the function execution using this return. That's it. And after that, suppose the confirm is true, then we'll make the API call and get the data here. So it will delete the thumbnail and display the toast notification. So just add toast.success and provide the data.message. Right? After that, we will use the setter function set thumbnails, and here we'll add the thumbnails.filter, and in this one just add the arrow function with the parameter t, and here we'll add t._id not equal to id. That's it. Now save the changes, and after that, here you can see we have this use effect. In this use effect, we have this dependency array. So just add is logged in, and here we'll add the if statement. If is logged in is true, then only we will call this fetch thumbnails. That's it. Save the changes and open the web page. Let me refresh it. It says no thumbnails yet. So let me fix it. We are not getting the thumbnails here because we have added the thumbnail in the backend. If I open the server folder, then controllers, then user controllers, here you can see we have this get users thumbnail, right? And in this one we are returning response.json and thumbnail. So let's add s also, thumbnails, and here also thumbnails. Like this, save the changes. Because in this my generation, you can see here we are fetching the thumbnails, and after that here we are getting data.thumbnails. Save the changes and open the web page. So here you can see we have two thumbnails. The first one we have generated using the Postman, and then we have generated this one using this front end, right? And if I click on any one, you can see it will open this builder page again, that is the thumbnail generator page. Here we have the details that is used to create this thumbnail, and we have the thumbnail preview. If I again open my generation, click on second one, here we have this details and thumbnail preview. We can click here to download this thumbnail. Let's click here, and here we have two options, that is delete and download. And we can also go to this preview. If I click on this arrow, it will open this preview page. You can see the preview of our generated thumbnail, right, in the YouTube layout. Let's close it and click on this download. So this thumbnail will get downloaded like this, and after that, if I click on this delete, it will get deleted. Let me try it. I'll just click here. It is asking, are you sure you want to delete this thumbnail? I will click OK. So you can see thumbnail deleted successfully. Let me refresh it. You can see that thumbnail has been deleted, and here we have only one thumbnail, right? So we have completed all the functionality of our AI thumbnail generator app. After creating our fully functional AI thumbnail generator, we have to deploy it online. So before deployment, I'll just come back here, and we'll come to mygeneration.tsx. Here you can see we have the dummy thumbnails imported from asset. So just remove it. Save the changes, and after that, I'll close all these files. So right click and select close saved. Let's fold this directory, and after that we have to add the Vercel.json configuration. So I'll open the web browser, and here we will open github.com/blade-stack-dev. Here we'll find this nodes folder or directory, and in this one we have Vercel.json config for mern. Let's open it, and in this one you can see Vercel.json for Express backend and for frontend, right? So I'll just copy the file name versal.json and open the VS Code and come here in the server. In this server, create a new file and write the file name versal.json, and in this one paste this configuration. In this one you can see we have the src, that is server.js, so make it ts because we have created the ts file for TypeScript. Here also we'll add server.ts. That's it. Now just close it, and after that let's again copy the file name versal.json and come here in the client folder. In this client folder create a new file and write the file name versal.json, and here we'll paste this configuration which is very small. Just copy this one, paste it here, and in this one we don't have to update anything, it is correct. Now just close it. After that we have to upload our code on GitHub. For that I'll just click on this icon source control, but before that here you can see we have this thumblify, that is the project folder. So in this one we'll right click and create a new file and write the file name .gitignore, and in this one we'll add the folder name that will be ignored from GitHub. So just add node_modules. After that we'll add the file also, that is .env. So we will ignore these files, that is .env file and node_modules folder. After that I'll come here in this icon source control, click here and select initialize repository. So here you can see total number of file 83, and here we'll add our message. So let's add project complete and click on commit. Then click on this button, publish branch, and here we'll choose the repository type. So I'll choose the GitHub private repository, and the repository name will be thumblify. Let's click here. So it is uploading the code on GitHub. Now let me open my GitHub profile. So you can see this is my GitHub repository with the name thumblify. We have just updated. Here you can see total. After that I'll come here in this icon source control, click here and select initialize repository. Click on this. Now just close it. After that we have to upload our code on GitHub. For that I'll just click on this icon source control, but before that here you can see we have this thumblify, that is the project folder. So in this one we'll right click and create a new file and write the file name .gitignore, and in this one we'll add the folder name that will be ignored from GitHub. So just add node_modules. After that we'll add the file also, that is .env. So we will ignore these files, that is .env file and node_modules folder. After that I'll come here in this icon source control, click here and select initialize repository. So here you can see total number of file 83, and here we'll add our message. So let's add project complete and click on commit. Then click on this button, publish branch, and here we'll choose the repository type. So I'll choose the GitHub private repository, and the repository name will be thumblify. Let's click here. So it is uploading the code on GitHub. Now let me open my GitHub profile. So you can see this is my GitHub repository with the name thumblify. We have just updated our code here. You can see now we have to open Versal. So let's open versal.com, and here you need to create an account. So I'll log in with my existing account here. After login, you will come to the Versal dashboard, and here click on this button and select project. So create a new project here, and after that we have to choose the repository. So just click on this import in front of this thumblify, and here we have to deploy the front end and back end separately. So here we'll add thumblify-server. So first we'll deploy the backend, right? So after that here we will click on this edit button in this root directory. So just click on edit, and we'll choose server. Then click on continue. After that here we'll click on this environment variables, and here we have to enter the environment variables from the server. So just open VS Code server folder .env file and copy everything from here. Then paste it here like this, and then let's click on this button deploy. So it is deploying our backend server. Let me scroll down so that we can see the status here. So now the project has been deployed. You can see this congratulations message and server is live. Let's click on this continue to dashboard. And here we have the backend URL in this domains. I'll just click here. So you can see it will open this link, and here you will find this message server is live. So this is the backend URL of our project. Now just come back here and go to dashboard again. Click on this add new project, and here we'll choose the same repository thumblify. Click on import, and here we'll add the project name thumblify or anything. Then we'll choose the root directory. So just click on edit and choose client. Then click on continue because we have to deploy the front end, right? Here we have the previous environment variables. So just clear everything, and here we'll add the environment variable from client project. So just open client.env file, and here you can see we have vite base URL. So just copy this, paste it here. Now in this one you can see we have vite base URL and localhost URL. So just remove this localhost, and we'll provide this backend URL that is deployed on Versal. So just copy and paste this URL here. In this URL you can see we have the / at the this localhost. You can see we have vite base URL. So just copy this, paste it here. Now in this one you can see we have vite base URL and localhost URL. So just remove this localhost, and we'll provide this backend URL that is deployed on Versal. So just copy and paste this URL here. In this URL you can see we have the / at the end. So remove this /. It should end with versal.app. That's it. Click on deploy. After that I'll scroll down to see the deployment status. Now our front end is also deployed. Let's scroll down, click on continue to dashboard, and here you will find the front end URL. I'll just click here. So this is the live link of our deployed project, right? But right now that authentication will not work here because we have to define our front end URL in the backend server. Just copy this front end URL, and we'll come to this VS Code. In this one we will open the server, then go to server.ts file, and in this one you can see we have origin, right? In this origin we have localhost. Here we'll add comma and insert this front end URL like this. So we have added our front end URL in this origin separated by comma. Right, and after that save the changes, then click on this source control icon. Here we'll add the commit message URL updated in pause. Click on commit, sync changes. So it will update the code on GitHub, and whenever the code gets updated on GitHub, it will automatically redeploy our project. So let me just come back here refresh it, you can see it is updated just now. And after that, if I open the dashboard, then open Thumblify server, in this one you can see we have the deployments. So you can see the project is redeployed just now, correct? Now after that our authentication will work smoothly, right? So here we have the front end link or front end URL, and in this one let's click on this get started, and I'll enter the same email ID, and then we'll enter the password and click on login. So now you can see the user authentication is successfully working in this live website. And if I go to my generation, here you can see you are not logged in. Let me fix it. If I refresh it, we are logged out, so I'll just fix this one. To fix this issue, we'll come back to the VS Code, and let's open server folder. Here we have server.ts file, and in this one you can see we have added cookies, right? Let me remove this comment. So in this cookie we have added max age, right? So after this max age we'll add other properties also. So here we'll add comma and provide HTTP only, and let's make it true. Then we'll add comma, provide secure. In this secure we'll add process.env.node_env, that is environment, right? Equal to production. So if the node environment is production, then the secure will be true. And after that we'll add same site, and let's make it none. Then we'll add one more property, that is path, and provide the path slash. That's it, save the changes, and after that we'll commit the changes. So just add one message here. Cookies property is updated for production. Click on commit. Then sync changes. Okay. And it will commit the changes on GitHub, and it will redeploy the project again. But we have to add one more thing. Let me just copy this. Come here. We will open this dashboard. We are in this project Thumblify server. You can see it is redeploying the project, but we have to go to settings and then go to environment variables. And in this one, we'll add one new environment variable. So here, let's add key and value. So in this key, let's add node_env, and in the value, just add production. Then click on save. You can see it is added here. Then click on redeploy. It is redeployed. View deployment. It is under process. You can see the status is building. So just wait for the status to be ready. Now you can see the status is ready. So we can test our application now. I'll just come back here on the front end, refresh it, and we'll log in again. So I'll add the email ID, then enter the password, click on login. Now we are logged in, and after that if I come to next page, again you are not logged in. Let me fix the cookies again. I'll just come back to the VS Code. Here we have added this same site. So here also we'll add the condition. So let's provide this one. Copy and paste it here. Process.env.node.env equal to production. If it is true, then only we will add none. Else we'll add colon and provide lax. That's it. Just update this line. And after that, here we'll add one more thing. Just above this app.useSession, here we will provide app.set. And in this one, let's provide trust proxy. Like this. And provide comma 1. So we have added trust and proxy and 1. In this app.set. After that, we will commit the changes. So just click here and we'll add the message. We have added one message. Session and cookies properties updated. Click on commit and sync changes. So it will update the code on GitHub, and that will automatically redeploy the project. So I'll just come back here and go to deployments. Here you can see it is redeploying the project. You can see the status is building. And once it is ready, we can test our application again. It is ready. Let me just come back here and I'll go to homepage and click on login. Let me refresh it so that you can see get started button. Here we'll add the dummy email ID that we have used to sign up, and then we'll add the same password and click on login. So now we are logged in, and after that I'll go to my generations. So you can see it is working fine. Here we have the generated thumbnail. If I click on this one, it will open this page where we can preview the thumbnail, and we can also come here and click on this arrow icon. It will open this preview in YouTube layout like this. After that, let me close it. And here we have the option to delete and download this thumbnail. So it is working fine on this live deployment. We have successfully created this AI thumbnail generator application and deployed it online. So finally, we have completed this project. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like and share this video, and also subscribe.